All right, last but not least, this NASDAQ listed bank is going to start using Algorand. I'm telling you, Algorand's going to be doing good things. I think the price is really going to skyrocket in the next 6 months. The bigger deal for me is I think Algorand's going to stick around a while, and stuff like this gives me confidence that it will. So when I'm thinking price prediction, I'm thinking like 2030, 2035, we're going to have, this thing is going to be huge. Algorand's going to be probably settling over $1. That's going to be the new low, I think, at some point. That's because it's just going to be used for so many different things. We see new uses for Algorand all the time. Lots of great news along that adoption front, which means it'll probably stick around. It's not going to be one of these flash in the pan chains. But let's look at the news here, because I think this is a big deal. This comes from Baron of Loxley, someone I hadn't really seen before. Apparently he's a follower of mine. It says Algorand Versa Bank, a TSX and NASDAQ listed bank, announces to the SEC that it has launched a tokenized deposit pilot program in the USA. VersaBank's DDR are highly encrypted digital assets that represent an actual fiat currency on deposit with a bank, issued on secure blockchains such as Algorand, Ethereum, and Stellar. So not the only one, just to be clear. But well, Stellar, I don't have an opinion on Stellar really, other than it's lasted a long time, which is cool. Here's where it comes in. Issuance and redemption and the basic management of USDVBs will occur through VersaBank's proprietary Versa Vault digital vault platform on Algorand, Ethereum, and Stellar blockchains, and access to and control of USDVBs will be managed through its VersaView e-wallet platform. So this is a pilot program. I think they're going to find pretty quickly that Ethereum is not going to work all that well. They're probably going to have a lot more success with Algorand and Stellar just because they're both pretty quick. I don't know a ton about Stellar. I'll be honest. I think I own a little bit, but I've never played around with the ecosystem or anything like that. Haven't really dived into it too much. I mostly focus on Algorand, Hedera, Link, those kind of coins. So, but yeah, this is really awesome. I think this is great. And this is really good news. This is actual real world use cases. And I think you're going to see more of these as, crypto becomes okay to use. Once you see the rules clarified and people aren't worried that someone's going to go after them, these banks will start using this more. Now, I know there's some issues because sometimes some of these companies don't want to they don't want to be on a public ledger, and so sometimes there might be issues with that. We saw that with Travelex. They left because they left the blockchain. People are saying they didn't leave the blockchain. They absolutely did. I mean, the whole use case was minting NFTs for airlines. So if they're not using a blockchain, that means the use case is kind of gone. And so that because the airlines said that they didn't want to be on a public ledger. And we see Link kind of solve this problem by offering on-chain and off-chain solutions. And Silvio Macaulay brought up the fiat chain. I think it would have been a good idea if the fiat chain was part of Algorand and part of what Algorand can offer. And then they could do something similar like Link, where they actually buy back the token and build a reserve based on the profits they earn from off-chain revenue. I think Algorand, I'd be shocked if Algorand isn't taking a hard look at that at least. So that's just my thoughts. But anyway, that is all our news for this week. I hope you guys got something out of it. Let me know what you think about this in the description below. Otherwise, I'm FrugalBC, and I will see you in the future.